Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to talk start collecting Warhammer 40,000, and today we're going to take a look at the Combat Patrol box set for the World Eaters. Now in this video we're going to take a look at all the different models inside this box set, how they can be built, some of the options we have when building the particular kits, and talk a little bit about how all these units perform on the tabletop as well. We'll then after that take a look at some other units we think you can expand upon the initial purchase with, and then finally finish off the video with a little sample army list of 1,000 points for you to use, hopefully as some inspiration for starting your own World Eaters force for Warhammer 40k 10th edition. And so, to begin with, first of all, this box set is led by a character called the World Eaters Lord on Juggernaut. This box set can also actually have this model be built as a Lord Invocatus model, which is a special named character for the World Eaters. But let's start with the generic World Eaters Lord on Juggernaut. First of all, we have a 4+ invulnerable save, which is really nice. 7 wounds, toughness 6, a 10-inch move, and a 2+ save base is all really nice. The model comes armed with a plasma pistol at range, which is a pretty nice little pistol weapon, able to put out, a strength 8 shot from it. And melee-wise, this model has its Exalted Chainblade with 7 attacks, 2+ to hit, strength 7, -1 AP and damage 2. And the extra attack rule from the Juggernaut's Bladed Horn will allow you to get an extra 4 attacks and 3+ to hit, strength 6, -1 AP, damage 2 with the Lance rule on this model. What Lance will do is when you attack with this weapon and it's bearer made a charge move in the same turn, you simply add 1 to your wound rolls, which is really nice. So this is going to give you, a nice little bonus to your wound rolls. Ability-wise, this model has Aggressive Advance, where while this model is leading a unit, you can reroll any and all of the following rolls for that unit. Advance rolls, Charge rolls, and Blood Surge rolls. We'll talk about them in just a second as they apply to Khorne Berserkers. But Bloody Stampede as well will allow you to do some mortal wounds when this unit charges as well. Leader-wise, this model is able to lead either of the 8-bound units, being 8-bound and Exalted 8-bound, and your Khorne Berserkers. Now the other option for the kit is the Lord Invocatus model. This is a named character as mentioned. Its abilities are going to have Scout 6-inch, which is really cool. Counter attack, so while this model is leading a unit, the unit it's leading is eligible to charge even if they fell back. And Road of 8 bloody steps at the start of the battle. Before any moves are made using the Scout's ability, you can select up to 2 friendly World Eaters infantry units within 6 inches of this model that do not have the Scout's ability, and they gain Scout 6-inch. So a pretty cool little utility piece there as well. Now, let's talk about Khorne Berserkers, because we get 20 of them in this box set, enough for either 4 units of 5 or 2 units of 10, whatever we want to go with. Now, the Khorne Berserkers have a variety of different weapons they can choose from. You've got your Berserker Chainblades, which are your standard sort of loadout, so 4 attacks per model at 3+ to hit, strength 5, -1 AP, and damage 1. Meanwhile, you can have in every 5 models a single Khornate Eviscerator, which is going to give you a strength 8, -2 AP, damage 2 weapon with 3 attacks. Ability-wise, we have Blood Surge. Like we talked about just before, it's an ability that applies to them. Each time an enemy unit is selected to shoot after that unit has finished making attacks, if any models from this unit were destroyed as a result of those attacks, this unit can make a Blood Surge move. And to do so, you roll 1d6 and you move that many inches towards the unit that shot you. So pretty cool. The World Eaters Lord and Juggernaut is leading a unit of these. They get to reroll that, which is really nice. Now, the last unit we get inside this box set is a unit of Jackals. These are like the cultists for the World Eaters. They have a nice little bit of combat potential with a bunch of sustained hits, 1 weapons from a variety, but then they've also got the Dishonored's ability to take a Skull Smasher, which is a nice AP -1 damage 2 weapon. So pretty cool at fighting other, similar human-sized models of things like Guard, and even fighting Eldar as well, as Strength 4 is pretty good into Eldar. And then we have the abilities, where we have Objective Ravaged. So at the end of your command phase, if this unit is within range of an objective marker you control, that objective marker will remain under your control until your opponent takes it off you. Today's video is brought to you by Gap Games, a fantastic retailer in Australia for a variety of different miniature war games. If you'd like to help support the channel, we have an affiliate link where by clicking on and purchasing, you'll help support the channel, but you'll also help support Gap Games, which is a fantastic servant to the community. And so where do we go to look to next for our World Eaters? And definitely for me, the 8-bound are the place to go. We have two different types of 8-bound. We have the regular 8-bound, which is still trying to, get along with their demons. They're half and half, where the exalted 8-bound on the other ones are the ones that have fully embraced having demons and live in a sort of, cooperative existence together. Now, the 8-bound themselves are the cheaper version. We've got a 5-up invulnerable save, and we have a nice bunch of high strength attacks with some really high rend in there. We're at -2, -3, and some good damage 2 and damage 3 weapons in there as well. Ability-wise, we have Scout 6-inch, which is cool, and while the friendly World Eaters unit is within 6 inch of this unit, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can reroll a wound roll of 1, and if that attack targets a unit that is below half strength, you can just simply re-roll the wound roll instead. The other option for these is, of course, the Exalted 8-bound. They cost a little bit more, still that 5-up invulnerable save, but they also have Deep Strike and Feel No Pain 6+. They don't have any Scouts rule though. Overwhelming Wrath is an aura, so each time an enemy unit within 6 inch of this unit is selected to fall back, they must take a leadership test, and if the test is failed, they must remain stationary instead, as they sort of, make people want to keep fighting. They do have some really cool, nice, high-strength weaponry, with the 8-bound Chain Fist being strength 14, -3 AP, damage 2. Now, next up, we definitely have some interesting things to look at for our World Eaters, and I think the combo of these two pieces next, going with one of your World Eaters Khorne Berserker units, is a nice little thing. A World Eater's Rhino. Now, this is going to do two things. This is going to mean we can't charge into combat once we get out, but this also helps, speed up one of our World Eater units as well. And so, the World Eater's Rhino is a transport capacity of 12, and it's got a couple of little extra abilities, and it can self-repair itself for a single wound each phase. But where I like this combining with is with the character which is the World Eater's Master of Execution, and his big ability when he's leading a unit is giving that unit fight first. What this does is allows you to put a unit of Khorne Berserkers with this model leading them in the unit, and then have this unit come out of the Rhino, control objectives, and sit there. But if your opponent's thinking of charging them, they're still going to get to strike first. So a nice little deterrent way, but also enabling you to increase some movement on some of your World Eater units. And so here we have our sample armor list for the World Eaters. We're going in the detachment called the Berserker Warband, which is the current detachment we have access to in the World Eaters force. Now, for our characters, we have our World Eaters Lord on Juggernaut, who will be our Warlord, and then the World Eaters Master of Executions. Battle line wise, we have our Jackals with the Pack Leader, Dishonored with a Skull Smasher, and then we have a Mauler Chainblade and Icon of Khorne along with 6 regular Jackals in the unit. We have 2 units of 10 Khorne Berserkers. Both of these are loaded out exactly the same, with the Khorne Berserker Champions with Plasma Pistols, 2 regular Khorne Berserkers with Plasma Pistols, 2 more regular Khorne Berserkers with Khorne Eviscerators, and a last one with Icon of Khorne, before 4 more Khorne Berserkers joining the unit. We then have our Exalted 8-bound, where we're going to have the Exalted 8-bound Champion with a pair of 8-bound Chain Fists for those Twin Link Strength 14 attacks. And then we have a World Eater's Rhino with Combi Weapon and Havoc Launcher, providing us with a little bit of extra movement across the table for one of those Khorne Berserker units that, as we mentioned, is going to be joined by the World Eater's Master of Executions. Meanwhile, the Exalted 8-bound, the Juggernaut, and the other Khorne Berserkers can move up the field on foot, and we have those Jackals in the backfield to help support and gain any objectives with a sticky objective rule as well. But if you've got some ideas on how you would play your World Eaters, what you would do to expand upon the initial box set to get you up to 1,000 points, let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. And so, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, and also drop a comment down below letting us know what you thought about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our fun little community, we have a Discord server which is linked down in the video's description, and also linked down in the video's description are the best ways to help support the channel, either by Patreon or YouTube members, or by grabbing yourself some merch from our Teespring store as well. All of those are linked down in the video's description, and a special thank you to our YouTube members and patrons. We'd like to give you all a shout out, so thank you to our YouTube members John Castle, Disco, James Tillman, Monty Tabletop Terrain, Ariana Edwards, Broken Chef, the Johnny84, Lock Lorick, Ronya, Green Roots Gaming, and our patrons Wasarin, Kenny Lyle, Outer and Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Cure Dynamic, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Benjamin Swallows, Redman, Iron Grinch, Colorblind Magic, Grimscold, and Andy C. Thank you all once again, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.